Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be going over what I spent and what I earned in July and what I plan on spending and my anticipated earnings for August. I feel like July was a little bit of a slow month, if I'm being honest. I had a lot of clients that didn't pay me yet, and hopefully that means that my August will be a bit bigger, but let's get into it. Okay, so looking into the July 2020, if you've watched these videos of mine before, you know I use the Every Dollar app. Usually I use it on my phone, but for the purpose of this video, I bring it up on my desktop. But anyways, so general freelancing, I had planned around $4,300, but I had around $1,000 of remaining invoices that have not been paid yet, which is kind of annoying, to be honest, but that's sort of like freelance life, I guess. For YouTube, I'm going to just go through this quickly because I did a whole video on what I made from YouTube already, but I anticipated making around $1,200. I ended up making $1,635, which is pretty wild and exciting, to be honest. It's a great new revenue stream that came at a really good time after being laid off and like the state of freelance writing and everything. Then this little payment here of $108, it's kind of humbling, to be honest. This is from the Canadian government. So they sent, it's kind of like a grocery adjustment. I'm not really sure exactly what it was, but it's like if you make under a certain amount, then you were just sent this money as like a grocery credit. Yeah, it's humbling because usually I'm not under the amount required. But yeah. So in total from freelancing, YouTube, and this government credit, I made just under $5,000 for the month of July. And it seems like a lot, but it's so hard because you basically never know when this money is going to go down. Like there's really no stability in freelancing right now. So it's like I get this money and then I'm extremely careful with it, as you will see when we go through the rest of my spending. Housing, these are all fixed expenses, nothing new to report. Opus card, so I decided to not get a month pass just because I had a break from French class and I was going to Halifax for a bit. But I ended up using the metro more than I thought, just from like seeing friends and getting around. So it's still around like $3 under what a month pass would cost. But I feel like I could have just gotten a month pass and it would have been just easier logistically. Down to food, groceries, and entertainment. So I planned $150 on groceries. I spent $156. I planned $50 for restaurants and entertainment. I ended up spending $150. This is because I went to Halifax, so I was spending a lot on like coffee for my family and just going to the airport. I had a delay at the airport for like 7 hours on the way back, so I ended up buying food there. So that's kind of high. In personal, nothing really exciting. My phone bill is a fixed expense. Subscriptions, it's just my Netflix. In lifestyle, so pet care, I was planning $300. I ended up spending $350. That is because, okay, the Uber to the vet, the Uber back, Ollie's injection for his arthritis, and oh wow, okay, yeah. Gosh, I thought I forgot. Okay, anyway, this $109 here that's just marked pet care. It was actually a Furbo that I bought, the like little pet nanny camera. I splurged on it because even though I had my friend coming in to check on Ollie while I was traveling, I just wanted the peace of mind of being able to see, like check in on him whenever I want. So I spent $110 there. But it was worth it. I loved being able to kind of throw him a treat and just make sure that he was doing okay. Work stuff. This is just my Apple storage, my Google storage, and then one freelance writing newsletter. I'm thinking about canceling this though. I really there's not really any return on investment at the moment. Hobbies. So Canva and CapCut for YouTube, which are fixed expenses. And then I also mentioned in the last video that I was going to be starting a Preply class, like a French tutoring situation. So I do 4 lessons a month and it's $80. Medicine and vitamins, as mentioned in previous videos, I spend around $30 a month on my medication for my psoriatic arthritis. And then into the always messy debt category that looks so much cleaner on the app versus desktop. The only 2 we look at are the LOC2 and the RRSP loan. The rest are all paid off. LOC2, I'm down to just $2,100 on here, which is really exciting. I put as much money as I could. I always plan for $1,000, but because I had a relatively higher income month, I ended up just putting everything extra that I had onto here. I'd love to be able to clear it by next month. And then the RRSP loan, as always, I just put $814 on it, and that is a fixed expense. It comes out automatically every month. There's still $16,000 left on it, but it should be paid off in about 1.5 years. So I can't wait for that. That will free up so much money. Okay, moving on to August. So in August, I should be receiving around $6,500 from freelancing. This includes the advance on my Halifax guidebook that I just signed the contract to, which is super exciting. And it also includes about $1,000 of invoices that are missing from the previous month that I'm going to have to follow up on. So hopefully I'll be able to find those. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you have missing invoices and the editors are just not updating you. It's like, am I going to get paid for this or not? So hopefully all goes well. And if it does, I'll have around $6,500. From YouTube, I am anticipating around $1,500. This includes the Google AdSense revenue as well as one brand sponsorship that I did. And that will be a total of around $8,000. And if all of this comes through in the month of August, that will be truly amazing. It will really help me push towards clearing my debt, which I just don't want to have this debt anymore, like the line of credit. And also, yeah, I just like, if I could clear that, I feel like I would be a lot less stressed out most of the time. Okay, housing will be all of the fixed expenses. Opus Card is back to the usual $105 for a monthly pass. Food, I want to briefly touch on. So I don't know what happened when I was at the grocery store earlier this week. So I have been dating a little bit. Do not recommend. There was a ghosting situation and I felt really bad about myself. So I went to the grocery store and I was just looking in like the expensive prepackaged health food because I wanted something to kind of make me feel better in the moment. And I was like, oh, I'll splurge a $10 situation here. And I found this green juice that was a cold pressed green juice with whey isolate protein in it for $6. And I don't know what it was about this green juice, but it just made me feel such a longing for my life pre-tax debt and pre-frugal living. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it really just like affected me in a weird way. So all that to say, I'm increasing my grocery budget to $200. I don't know. I just like want to try it. I want to just like have more wiggle room for things that make me feel like I'm of the city living, if that makes sense at all. Like, I want to be able to buy a green juice sometimes. I want to be able to buy like textured soy protein and nutritional yeast and these things that I used to buy that were like wellness focused and kind of like a luxury, but still not that much of a luxury. So we're going to do $200. Restaurants and entertainment, also I'm bumping up to $100. I just kind of along the same line. I don't know if I'm getting frugal living fatigue or what, but I just want to be able to get a coffee sometimes. Like I want to be able to go work from a cafe and spend $6 on a coffee and not feel bad about it. Not every day, not even every week, but just have that like wiggle room a little bit. I don't know. That's the plan. Phone and subscriptions are the same. Self-care, still nothing. Lifestyle pet care will not be $300. It'll be closer to $250. I'm going to change this right now. Work stuff will be $30. Hobbies will be around $127. Medicine and vitamins will actually be $0 because I just picked up my prescription. And then, as usual, I'm planning to spend at least $1,000 on my line of credit and $814 on my RRSP loan. So, yeah, that's the situation for August. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I've been feeling lately. It's kind of like, you're a bit crooked. It's kind of like I oscillate between wanting to maintain a free and creative lifestyle, and that means just rolling with freelancing and trying to increase my freelancing clients. But then like being comfortable with living on a really low salary. And then I also think of like my YouTube growing, like it's been steady since I got monetized. It's been about like $1,500 to $1,600 a month, which is great, but obviously not enough to live on yet. Fingers crossed, we'll see. And then I think about the alternative of taking, if I can even find an office job or something like that, even a work from home kind of office job. I don't really know what I would want to do outside of writing and creating. Like I've mentioned, I'm taking the teaching English course, and I've actually applied to a couple of CEGEPs here in Montreal, but like I don't even really know if I would feel comfortable enough to be so extroverted all the time, like enough to be a good teacher. So I've been thinking about that, but I don't know. I've been looking at like editorial content writing jobs on LinkedIn, but again, it's like there's so much competition that even the jobs that I've applied for, I've basically just gotten rejections on all of them, and I don't even know if I want them. But it's not as fun to live on a low income when you're stressing about your income every month. Like, it was a lot easier when I knew I could easily find more freelance work if other clients dropped off. But now it's like when a client drops off, it's so much harder to find a replacement. And I don't know, it's like I've been taking jobs that I'm not passionate about, and it's like, is it even worth it to have the freedom lifestyle when I'm not really enjoying the work that I'm doing and I'm still having to live extremely frugally? Like, I just feel like if I was able to pay off the rest of my debt and have some sense of stability, it would be more pleasant. But even so, it's like, what am I sacrificing for if I'm not enjoying freelancing as much as I used to? I don't know. I'm sorry to be soul searching on camera. I just feel like it's so weird. Like, that green juice just gave me a lot to think about. I think I need to just sit down and kind of come up with a more solidified plan and just trust myself to roll with it, instead of just being like, all right, this month, like, my bills are covered and I'm paying off some of my debt, and like, I'll worry about next month when next month comes. Like, I don't really enjoy living that way anymore. I feel like having a little bit more stability, or at least finding contracts that I really enjoy doing, would give a little bit more to my life. Like, if I like, sacrificing the green juice would not be that bad if I had fulfilling and creative contracts that I was excited about, if that makes sense. But anyway, If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Also, let me know about these video formats. I kind of feel like I want to switch it up. Like, maybe they're not that engaging, but yeah, let me know. Okay, bye.